Dear participants, welcome you all for a 5-day online faculty development program on recent advancements in green and sustainable energy resources. In that, today I am going to discuss about the topic wind energy conversion system. I am Dr. K. Jagdishan, currently I am working as an assistant professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering at Power Engineering College, Namakkal. This bar chart indicates world energy consumption in region wise during the year 2019. It will show that every region needs of energy for living comfortable life. Okay, so energy is the basic need for our life. Whenever we are using the conventional energy resources, it will produces the pollutions in the atmospheric air as well as water and so on. That's why nowadays we are moving from conventional source to renewable sources. The major advantage of renewable sources are it is indispensable partner against the climate change fight, and it is inexhaustible, and it will reducing the energy dependence and also increasingly competitive, as well as benefiting from a favorable political horizon. These are the some major advantages of renewable energy sources. Okay, next, this bar chart indicates the renewable energy target of India during the year 2022. It consists of small hydel projects, biomass power, wind power, solar power. In that, solar power plays the major role, and it provides the 100 gigawatt to the India for balancing the energy. Similarly, wind producing the 60 gigawatt, same as biomass and small hydel projects producing the power 10 gigawatts and 5 gigawatts respectively. So in recent days, the renewable energy sources are plays major role for getting the sufficient amount of energy. Okay, in the graph, the solar power producing the 100 gigawatt power to the India. It comprises ultra mega power solar projects, rooftop solar projects, next utility scalars projects. So totally solar produces the 100 gigawatt power to the India. For fulfilling the energy demand. Next, this bar chart also indicates the target share of renewable energy sources in India for power consumptions. In that, orange bars indicates solar target, then blue bar indicates non-solar target, it will show that day by day the share of solar is increases. For example, in the 2016-17 LP it will provide 2.7% of power. In 17 and 18 provides 4.7%. Then 18 19 year provides 6.7% of power to India power consumption. Similarly, in 2019-20 and 2021, we will share the power 7.25 and 8.75% respectively. But in the year 2021 to 2022, we will share the power half of the power requirement from the renewable sources. That is, non-solar produces the 10.5%, then solar produces the 10.5% for power consumption, for producing the energy to the consumers. Okay. Next, this bar chart. So this bar chart indicates the roadmap of renewable energy sources in the year 2050. In that, solar power producing the 15% of total power, wind producing the 24% of required power, then hydro produces the 8%, then geothermal produces the 2%. So it will clearly show that in future the role of renewable energy sources for providing the energy to the world is maximum in terms of solar or wind, geothermal, biomass, industry as well as building. So 58% of total power is produced by the renewable resources only in future. What is meant by WECS? WECS is nothing but wind energy conversion system. This system is designed to convert available kinetic energy from the wind into the mechanical power. That is, wind movement is converted to the mechanical power. Then this mechanical power is converted into the electrical power with the help of the generators. Here, wind generators. Okay, in that the first wind machine is used to grinds in Persia dating back 200 BC. The first wind machine is vertical axis windmill. At the same time, in the year 90s, small electric wind system is developed for producing D supply to the consumers. At the same time, in the TLS history says that this wind power is used to moving chips from one place to another place, then grinding grains, then pumping water from source to destination. Basically, all the renewable energies and fossil fuels are comes from the sun. Normally, sun radiates 10 to the power 18 watts to the earth. In the total amount of power, 1 to 2% of energy is converted into the wind energy. That is, sun radiates 10 to the power 18 watts to the earth. in that energy 1 to 2% only converted into the wind energy. So automatically sun hits the earth when temperature increases, automatically airflow is occurs. Airflow produces the wind movement. This wind movement is converted into the electrical power with the help of generator. This power is 5200 times more than the energy converted by the biomass in all plants on the earth. Okay, normally 1 to 2% of energy coming from the sun only converted to the wind energy. The power is 50 to 100%, 100 times more than the energy converted to the biomass in the earth of all plants. Okay, next, the characteristics of wind. The characteristics of wind plays major role for generating electrical power, because without knowing the characteristics of wind, we can't able to press the wind turbine, so we can't able to get the electrical power. So energy content of the wind varies with cube of the average wind speed. The characteristics of winds are average wind speed. The average wind speed is measured with the help of anemometer. Next, wind speed, duration curve, and height variations. The speed of the wind is changes depends on the height. When the height is increases, automatically the wind speed also increases. It consists of two graphs, that is wind speed duration curve. The wind speed is decreases after a long time period, after a long time, but it reaches the steady state value. The second graph shows the height versus wind speed. It clearly shows that when the height increases, the wind speed also increases. The wind speed is high compared to the sea in land surface. Okay, so y-axis height, x-axis wind speed. So when height is increases, the wind speed also increases. That's why we are planning or constructing wind plant in the highest position or taller wind turbine. That's why we are constructing. Okay, next one, windrows. The windrows is the basis of meteorological observations of wind speed and wind directions. Next character is wind shear and gust. Next, wind speed is a distribution of probability function. Wind speed is a distribution of probability function. Okay, next one, wind profile. Next one is wind profile. In the wind profile, the wind power is varies with respect to the wind speed. That is, available power in the power available in the wind is equal to the cube of the wind speed. When the wind speed doubles, the power of the wind is increases 8 times. When the wind speed is doubles, the power available in the wind is increases 8 times. For example, normally wind speed is 10 mile per hour. When it doubles, that is increases from 10 to 20, doubles, the wind power equal to available wind power equal to P equal to V cube. So 10 cube equal to 1000. Similarly, 20 cube equal to 8000 watts. So when wind speed is double, automatically power increases in 8 times. The power is nothing but ability of doing the work is called for the wind power. Similarly, the generator operates at slower wind velocities. Okay, the data about the wind of particular area is available in weather stations or airports, as well as US Department of Commerce National Climatic Center in ACY. And also we can measure the wind speed data, wind speed by own by using the anemometer or totalizer in the particular area by careful observations. We can get the data about your wind or your place wind or your area wind is up to the help of the anemometer. Okay. Next one, installation of generator should be closer to the battery bank to minimize the losses, because in recent days generating power is more difficult. That power is when transfer from source to destination, so much of transmission losses is there. Okay, that's why so much of research work is going on to reducing the transmission losses. Normally the height of the wind turbine is 20 feet minimum, 30 feet height, not higher than the 500 feet. That is the minimum wind turbine height is 20 feet, maximum is 500 feet. Okay, at the same time, the constructed wind turbine is properly grounded. Okay. Next one, the available mechanical power in the wind, that is PM equal to the power generated by the turbine equal to the half into rho VQ into A into Cp, where PM is nothing but the mechanical power output of a turbine and rho is the air density of a particular area. Constant value 1.2 kilogram per meter cube. V is wind speed measured in terms of meter per second. A, area of the wind turbine blades. Cp is nothing but aerodynamic power coefficient. It represents the efficiency of wind turbine because wind turbine is made up of mechanical parts. So we need to consider the efficiency of particular turbine. The maximum value of CP is 0.593, that is 16 by 27. This value is initially or first pointed out by the bits. Okay. Next, the maximum extractable power from the wind or maximum mechanical power from the wind turbine is equal to the 0.593 into PA. PA is nothing but the available power in the wind. Okay. Then P max, maximum extractable power. Okay. Next, the maximum efficiency of any wind turbine is 59%. That is the power available in the wind is converted only 15%. So the max efficiency is 59%. In modern days, three-bladed horizontal axis machines having the capability for producing 45% efficiency. The max efficiency is 59%. But the modern three-bladed horizontal axis machine producing the efficiency is 40%. In that CP indicates aerodynamic power coefficient, all discussed in previous. The value of CP is 16 divided by 27 equal to 0.593. The power coefficient is the function of blade tip speed to wind speed ratio, is called for the wind speed ratio, denoted as I. This is also called as extractable power of generator from the wind, called as extractable power of generator from the wind, called as the CP. Next one, instantaneous power output of generator. Instantaneous power P0 is equal to the half into rho into PQ into A into Cp into neta. That is, instantaneous power is the product of air density and velocity and the area of the wind turbine blades, and then aerodynamic power coefficient and the efficiency of the generator. This is called for the instantaneous power. Next, the average value of output power of the generator can be written as P average equal to the integral of P0 F into dV. That is, average power equal to the integral of instantaneous power into probability density function. That is, P average equal to the integral of product of instantaneous power to the probability density function is called for the average value of the output power of generator. Okay. Next, the generator does not producing the electricity. That is, if you are placing wind turbine to the side, you can't able to get the electrical power from the turbine because some criterion is there, that is power available in the wind need to exceeds the windage power and losses of the turbine. When the available power in the wind exceeds windage and friction losses, it will start producing the electricity. Okay, the main term is cut-in speed, that is V cutting. V cutting is nothing but the speed at which generator start producing electricity is called for the cut-in speed. Next one, the wind turbine speed increases, the output of the generator increases until the generator produces its rated power output. In that, rated wind speed is nothing but the speed at which generator produces rated output to the consumer. This is called for the rated wind speed, denoted as V rated. When the wind speed reaches the maximum value, automatically the turbine rotates in dangerous condition. That is, the speed of the turbine blades increasingly high. This is the wind speed power output profile, consists of three parameters such as V cut in, V rated, then V cut off. V cut in is nothing but the speed at which generator start producing the electricity. Then V rated, the speed at which generator producing the rated value, that is P rated, is called for the rated speed, that is V rated. Okay, next one is V cutoff, that is cutoff speed. Cutoff speed is nothing but the speed at which the generator stops, that is there is no wind speed, automatically the generator is stop. This is called for the cutoff wind speed, V cutoff. The synchronous generator is mainly used to spell out the extra power when generator reaches its rated output power, pitch angle and control is used to control the output power of the generator. Okay, next one, full pitching and partial pitching. In the case of full pitching, it is defined as the total blades turn around using hydraulic power is called for the full pitching. That is, the total blade is turned around. That is single rotation. You see, hydraulic power is called for the full pitching. The partial pitching is nothing but the tip of the blade is rotated. This is called as the partial pitching. Tip of the blade is rotated. This is called as the partial pitching. When the blades start rotating, pitch angle is controlled as well as power coefficient is controlled. That is CP. I'll discuss it in previous slide. The maximum CP is 0.593 equal to 16 divided by 27. Next, the components of wind turbine. The wind turbine, the components of wind energy conversion system consists of wind turbine, wind generator, control system, nacelle, gearbox, support tower, and instrumentation. The purpose of a turbine converts wind movement into the mechanical power. Then mechanical power is converted into the electrical power with the help of generator. The control system is used to control the whole arrangement. Then gearbox increasing the speed of the turbine. Okay. Then instrumentation. The instrumentation here they are mainly used as anemometer for getting the data about the wind. Then support tower. The support tower plays the major role because it will provide the support to the whole arrangements. Okay. Next, this is the components of wind energy. Condenser system consists of rotor with blades. This is the rotor rotating part of the wind turbine. Next, brakes. Brakes arrangement is available in between blades and shaft. Then mechanical brakes also available. Then gearbox is available for increasing the speed of the shaft. Okay, gearbox arrangement is used to increase the speed of the shaft. Automatically the output of the generator is changes. This one is called as the generator for converting mechanical power into the electrical power. Then flap or tail vane is available at the end of the horizontal of wind turbine. Next one is tower top. Is the top of the tower consists of whole arrangement of wind blades, brakes, gearbox arrangement, generator arrangement, and then tail vane. Okay, this whole arrangement is totally carried by the tower, providing mechanical support to the whole arrangement. This is the components of wind energy conservation system. This is also cross-section view of wind energy conservation system. Consists of blade, as well as hub, then pitch change, as well as mounting. Mounting is used to place the hub. Then nacelle, then drive is available. Then foundation. This foundation only provide the mechanical support to the whole arrangement. Then controlling building. The control building is mainly used to control the speed variations as well as the output of the wind turbine. This is the main purpose of the control building. It consists of transmission system, then electric generator, then controller. Transmission system is nothing but system which transfer mechanical power from the wind turbine into the generator. It converts mechanical power into the electrical power. That power is going to the consumers by providing necessary control actions with the help of controller C. Okay. This is the arrangement of horizontal axis wind turbine. It consists of horizontal axis wind turbine with blades, turbine, generator, rectifier unit, inverter. Okay. The wind turbine converts available wind power in the wind is converted to the mechanical power. That power is given to the generator for converting mechanical power into the electrical power. That power is converted to the DC. Okay, the output of the generator here, the output of the generator is AC, because here they are using induction type generator. Induction type generator means producing the AC supply. That AC is converted to the DC with the help of rectifier. Okay, that power again converted to the inverter. It converts the DC into AC. Only one doubt is arises: why we are changing the AC into DC, then DC into AC? Because the output of generator is does not constant. It will changes depends on the speed of the wind. Okay, that's why we need to produce constant voltage to consumers. That's why using the rectifier inverter unit. Okay, next one is vertical axis wind turbine. Consists of upper hub and lower hub. It will always contain the all rotor blades. In the bottom, they are having gearbox, then generator. This is the similar to the horizontal axis turbine, horizontal axis windmill. In that horizontal axis windmill, all the components are arranged in series manner. That is horizontally. In the case of vertical axis, the shaft is arranged in the vertical manner. Recent days, some research work is going on for placing vertical axis wind turbine in the highways, producing power supply to the highways. That is, when vehicles are moving in the highways, it will produce the air. Depends on the air circulation, it will start rotating and producing the wind electrical power to the street light or signals. That is traffic signals. Okay, next, this is the again cross section view of wind turbine. Consists of rotor blade, gearbox, then brake disc, anemometer, belt arrangement, generator, then hydraulic system. Because of the wind movement, rotor blades start rotating. That is, wind power is converted to the mechanical power. That power is transferred via shaft and given to the gearbox. That power is converted into the that is transferred to the generator for producing electrical power with the help of belt arrangements. Okay, the anemometer is here used for getting the data about the wind. This is the main purpose of anemometer. This is the cross section view of the wind turbine. Consists of rotor blades for converting available power in the wind to mechanical power. That power is transferred via shaft to the generator with belt arrangement and gearbox elements. Okay, next one. This is also components of wind turbine. When we are transferring the supply to the supply electrical power from source to destination, consists of following components such as wind turbine, that is generator, then power converter, then load, then controller. Wind turbine converts wind power into the mechanical power. That power is converted to the electrical power with the help of generator. That power is transferred to the load by arranging the power converter circuits. That is, a conversion is takes place. That is AC to DC with the help of rectifier, again DC to AC with the help of inverter. The purpose of converting AC into DC is the wind speed is not a constant, so we can't able to get the constant power output from the wind turbine. That's why we are using the converters. Okay, the output of the converter or converter inverter is controlled by the controller, because the converter consists of 12 running commands, that is IGBT, SCR, MOSFET. So this is entirely controlled by the firing angles. Depends on the firing angles, the output of the inverter is changes. Okay, then that power is going to the load. Load is nothing but a device consumes power from the source. That power is utilized in the form of heat, illuminations, lightning, and so on. Okay, next one is types of wind turbine. No, sorry. Next one is wind turbine. The working of wind turbine is opposite to the fan. Normally, fan getting the electric supply, then producing the air. But in the case of wind turbine, the input is wind, output is electrical power. So, fan is work opposite to the wind turbine. Or wind turbine working is opposite to the fan. Okay, wind turbine consists of number of blades. The blades may be single blade to the multiple blades. Depends on the applications. Okay, next types of wind turbine. Wind turbines differ in terms of axis of rotation. I discussed in previous vertical axis, horizontal axis. Then upwind or downwind. Then size and shapes. Then number of blades. That is, blades having the fixed pitch angle or variable value. Depends on the number of blades also. Turbine types changes or turbine classifieds. Okay, depends on the axis, classified into two types, that is horizontal axis, second one is vertical axis. In the case of horizontal, rotating axis is vertical or perpendicular to the ground. But in the case of horizontal or parallel, in the case of vertical axis, again is classified into upwind turbine and downwind turbine. Okay, depends on the axis rotation, classified into two types, vertical, then horizontal axis turbine. Okay, next one, wind generator. Generator is nothing but a device converting mechanical power into the electrical power. So this generator does not producing the constant power output, because mechanical power supplied by the turbine is fluctuating. Why? The wind speed is not a constant value. That's why turbine provides the fluctuating mechanical power to the generator. So output of the generator is pulsating. Okay. Few types of generator used in the wind turbines are DC generator, induction generator, then synchronous generator, and switch return generator. At the same time, large manufacturers are supply 50 gets and 60 gets wind turbine generator modes. Okay, this is the arrangement of wind generator. Consists of rotor, then stator. Rotor is the rotating part of the machine. Stator is stable one. The stator is field winding. Rotor is armature. Armature consists of armature coils, that is slots. All the armature coils are mounted at the slots, that is called for the commutator. Okay, this is the cross section view of the generator, that is DC machine. Major part is rotor and stator. Rotor, armature, stator, field winding. Next, the principle of the generator. The DC generator is worked based on the principle of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. That is, when a conductor is located in a unstable magnetic field, when conductor is placed in the unstable magnetic field, an electromagnetic force get induced with the conductor. It consists of stator, that is nothing but the field winding, then rotor is armature, already previously discussed in diagram, consists of number of stacks. This is the rotating component of this generator. Then all the stacks are filled with the winding. That is winding something but the copper wire. All the copper wires are connected to the copper segment. That segment is called as commutator. Okay, already previously shows in the diagram. Okay, it is a cylindrical type device mounted on the armature shaft. Okay, it is a which is shaped copper segment arrangement around the shaft. It consists of armature coils. That is, all the armature coils available in the armature slots are connected to the copper segment. That segment is called as the commutator. Next, brushes. In the motor, brushes having the ride on the periphery of the commutator. Okay, the commutator is electrically connect and switch the armature coil from the source. That as a switch. Armature, the brushes are having the fixed position because the commutator is rotating part, but the brushes are stable one. Generally, the brushes are made up of carbons. Okay. Next one, this is the equivalent circuit of the DC generator. It consists of armature, that is armature, then field winding. Armature consists of armature resistance, so Ra, then RF nothing but the field resistance, RF. LF is nothing but field inductance. The shunt generator is nothing but when field winding is connected parallel to the armature winding is called for the shunt generator. So generator produces the electrical power. So all the iron marks are comes out. So you are getting the electrical power from the generator. Okay. Next one. There are many electrical schemes are available for producing the electricity. It depends on the speed and frequency of the rotor. Speed and frequency of the rotor. is classified into following cases, following four cases, such as constant speed, constant frequency scheme, that is CSCF, constant speed and constant frequency scheme. Similarly, almost constant speed, constant frequency scheme. Similarly, variable speed, constant frequency, variable speed, variable frequency scheme. Four types: constant speed and frequency. Second one, almost constant frequency and speed. Next one, variable speed, frequency, variable speed and constant frequency. Last one, variable speed and variable frequency scheme. This diagram indicates the constant speed, constant frequency scheme arrangement of RSG. RSG is nothing but the regular synchronous generator. It's called for RSG. Okay. So wind turbine is connected to the generator for producing the power, that is electrical power, that is AC power, because here we are using the induction generator. So AC power, that power is given to the three-phase system. Similarly, almost constant frequency, constant speed. Here we are using the Schoolcraft induction generator. This generator is controlled with the help of pitch angle control. This is also producing the AC power. That power is given to the three-phase AC system. This is the arrangement of almost constant speed and constant frequency system. Next one, this is the arrangement of AC DC AC scheme with a PMSM. PMSM is nothing but permanent magnet synchronous generator. It is called for the PMSM. It consists of wind turbine, PM, SG, rectifier, inverter. What is the purpose of having the rectifier inverter in a single system? Because the speed of the wind turbine is changes due to variable wind speed. That's why the output of the PMSG, that is generator, is changes. So we can't able to get the constant output value. That's why we are converting AC power into the DC power. Again, the DC power is converted to the AC with help of inverter. Then that in output of the inverter is given to the load. Okay. Why we are using the rectifier and inverter in turbine? Wind turbine. Because in the case of wind turbine, the speed is changes with respect to the time, not a constant speed. That's why the output of the generator is changes. So we need the constant output voltage. So that's why we are using that's why we are rectifying the AC into AC, again inverting AC into AC. This is the arrangement of PMS. Next one, before placing or before constructing any wind energy conversion system, we need to get the informations about technical informations as well as environmental analysis, because we need to know the condition about the wind turbine placing places. That is, there is any forests there or not. What is height of that land? Because the height of the land plays the major role, as well as height of the wind turbine also plays the major role. That's why we need to get the technical information. You can get the data from weather station or local airport. Then environmental issues. That is, there is any possibility for rain. Then what is the gap between the rain falling? Then data flow, then air flow rate, then wind speed. We need to check the analysis. as well as there is any hills are available in that place, because the hills is an obstacle for stopping the or disturbing the wind speed. That's why we need to get the data about the environmental issues. Okay. At the same time, wind energy conversion system does not affect the atmosphere. That is there is no direct impact. At the same time, there is no liabilities after decommissioning the wind turbine, and also limited uses of the land. These are the global and national level advantages. The disadvantages of wind energy conversion systems are noise emission, visual impact on landscape, impact on birds. The impact on birds divided into two categories. One is direct impact, second one is indirect impact. The direct impact includes the risk of collision and the effect of the breeding success. Indirect impacts includes the effects caused by the disturbance from the wind turbine. When we are having the house near the wind turbine, it produces the some noises. That is the mechanical disturbance. Negative. This is the direct impact. Next one, the disturbance affect the wind turbines divided into three categories. That is the what are the disturbances are available for wind turbine. That is disturbance from the birds, disturbance from the birds for staging and foraging. That is searching of food. That is from moving. That is birds are moving from one place to another place for getting the food sources. At the same time, migration of birds, that is flying from exchanging his position or home one place to another place. This also impact. At the same time, electromagnetic systems produce the some inference to the wind turbine. Then personal safety also major impact in the case of wind energy conversion system. This bar indicates the installed wind power capacity in India from 2012 to 2019. It will clearly shows that the installations also increases from 12 to 17, that is 2012 to 2017, but installation is decreases in 2018 and 19, but cumulative installation is increases, keep on increasing. That is, we are getting the more power from the wind turbine. In yearly we are getting the 20,000 megawatt. Recently is getting the 4,000 megawatt. Okay, the cumulative wind installation is increases day by day. This is the wind power installed capacity in India. Then applications of wind energy conversion system. Wind energy conversion system is widely applied in US for providing the 10% electricity. In US, they are getting the 10% of electricity from the US. At the same time, wind turbine is generating electrical power by using renewable sources without emitting any pollutions to the atmosphere. So it is clean. At the same time, source is available around the world. Okay. At the same time, reduces the utility bills, crop irrigation, pumping of water from one place to another place, and provides the power to the local villages. Okay, by placing wind turbine, they're getting the rail power. That power is going to the local small villages. Because when we are transferring major EB power from one place to another place, it will take so much of transfer losses. Okay, that's why they are using the small electrical wind turbine or windmill for producing electricity in rural areas. Next one is application of standalone operations. The wind power is very cheap for providing power to homes and business from an established grid. We are getting the more power by utilizing the less cost. At the same time, normally average wind speed is 4 meter per second. The wind power is additionally used when we are using the diesel generator PV system. That is the wind power with the diesel generator wind power PV system provide the good reliability. Because when there is no wind, we get the supply or energy from the diesel generator or PV. Similarly, when there is no electric supply, that is when there is no wind movement, at the time they are getting the supply or electric energy from the PV system. Okay. Next one, small scale applications. Small scale applications are widely used to supply electricity to households and farms and remote areas, such as supply to marine irrigation, supply to rail signal system, boats, then community system, and so on. The size range of small scale wind turbine starting from 2 kilowatt to maximum value. These standalone power system wind turbine usually run with batteries. Okay, we are storing the electricity into the battery bank or energy bank, mainly used in the standalone power system, wind power system. That is wind energy system. Next one, immediate application. The second application of wind energy control system is the immediate application. That is the off-grid applications includes smaller wind turbine in the size range of 10 kilowatt to 100 kilowatt for each villages. Okay. For immediate applications, they are providing the electrical energy to the small villages from 10 kilowatt to 100 kilowatt. Okay. Next one, utility grid contained energy control system. Wind energy control system is used in parallel with the existing grid. So the placing of utility grid cost is high, but we are getting the payback amount within 7 to 10 years. For every Normally, for every new technology, instead of getting the more amount, when the usage is increases, automatically the price of the and the cost of the equipment is decreases. This is common for all. That is, when initially when you are using the Android phone, the price is very high. The day by day price it is decreases because the usage of Android phone is increases. That's why the future expectations of intelligent system is very bright because nowadays people are moving from conventional source to the renewable sources. That's why the future of wind is very high. Okay, the capacity is 6 megawatt, pollution free, energy resources easily available. That is, without wind we can't able to live. Okay, then government also sponsoring so much of funding to the wind energy control system projects for developing technology as well as designing wind turbine for getting the more efficiency because the maximum efficiency is 59%. But recently developed 3-bladed wind turbine gets the 49% only. So much research work is going on for getting the good quality, not good quality, better efficiency. Okay, this is the funded supported by the government. Okay, the first wind energy control system program is built in the year 1975 in Westinghouse. In Westinghouse, these are all the some of the future expectations. The major advantage of wind power is cost effective, creates more jobs, is a clean fuel source. Wind is a domestic sources of energy. It is a sustainable. At the same time, wind turbine can build on own existing farms or ranches. Okay, that is wind is a cost effective one because wind source is clean. So it provides the more jobs to the peoples. Wind is a domestic energy, so we know that. So there is no possibility for getting these sources from the outside, like gas, petrol, diesel. So wind is available free with clean, without any noises, without any pollutions. Getting the wind. Okay, not an air. We are getting the unpolluted wind. Okay, okay. Thank you. If you are having any queries, feel free to my email stored in the first page of my presentation. Otherwise, my mail ID is jaka.ks@gmail.com. That is jaga.ksr@gmail.com. If you have any queries related to this presentation, feel free to write to my mail ID. Thank you. Thank you so much for your listening.